Right, so I haven't given my thoughts on the whole Hong Kong protest thing, and the reason why is I haven't really got around to it because it was getting into the first full swing of things when I was actually on holidays. But I want to talk about it today and kind of give my take on it. And that I think most people kind of know why it's happening, especially the people that would tend to watch a video like this or watch people that I would tend to watch and have similar belief systems to. In that they're slowly losing their freedoms and people are getting a little bit tired of it, and if you want these freedoms, then you got to fight for them. I mean, when you look at countries in the West, Canada and the US namely, I mean, the US, they do have a decent amount of freedoms. Canada, we have some, but a lot of them are gone and or in the process of being gone. And if you want these things, you need to fight for them because a lot of people are too ignorant to recognize the advantage of having these kind of things. And I mean, especially these people on the left, in that they want gun control, they want free speech legislation, all this kind of stuff. And again, if the problem and the reason why one would say, well, how can people be so short-sighted, and is that they don't look at things in the big picture. I mean, they might tell themselves that they don't look at things in the big picture. The left is very funny and ironic in that, like, you have these people on the left that think that the U.S. government is currently running concentration camps, but yet they're also simultaneously supporting bans on semi-automatic rifles when the only real way that, let's say they actually were concentration camps and they actually were arbitrarily throwing people in these concentration camps, well then the only possible way that you would defend yourself from being thrown in one of these concentration camps is more than likely with a semi-automatic rifle. But yet they're simultaneously wanting basically to ban these things. So they're so short-sighted and, for lack of a better word, stupid, that they support these contradictory belief systems, and that they don't even really know it because no one in the right mind supports a contradictory belief system. So they ignore any evidence, any opposition research or opposition viewpoints, because it points out the contradictions in their belief system. And that's generally a good, I don't know what you want to call it, gauge of someone, is that do they look at other, it doesn't mean you go out of your way all the time to look at contradictory viewpoints, but do you do it? And the reason why is that if you can do it, then the main reason why is because your beliefs are grounded mostly in reality. But these Hong Kong protests they're getting pretty, I don't know, violent. It might maybe slightly over the top, but there is quite a bit of violence going on. Police are tear gassing and rubber bulleting, I guess, shooting people, and it's getting pretty crazy. And you hear a lot of these people that are talking about they want the freedoms that the U.S. has. They want the First Amendment. I mean, they're not really talking about the Second Amendment, but I'm sure that's one of the big things. The Fourth Amendment, all these kind of things, and that you have people in the U.S. and Canada, and I mean most of the world, in fact all the world, they're just casually giving these rights up and not even caring. Oh, we don't need these rights. Why do you need this? And that a lot of times they'll say they support the First Amendment, but they really don't, and they want to ban anyone that disagrees with their viewpoint. Whether it's just casually, or whether they'll call it hate speech and do it through that one or the other. One of the other ways they're going to do it. So this is very important, and the point I want to get at, and my take on it, is that this is a signal to people in North America, Canada, and the U.S., namely the U.S., because they have the most freedoms left, and yet they still don't have a lot of freedom in my mind, to not give these freedoms up. And I know most people tend to fall on one side or the other, and for the people in the middle and for the people on the side of wanting to give them up, that you guys really need to wake up and not second guess yourself at whatnot with this kind of stuff. Because if you second guess yourself, that gives the people that want to get rid of them enough time to be like, yeah, we need to get rid of them, no questions asked, let's do it. And they'll do it before you even know what's going on. and you'll lose all your freedom. So that's my take-home point. Like I said, is this is a sign that we cannot give up any more of our rights in the West that we already have. I mean, in Canada, we already have pretty strict gun control. The U.S., they're fighting tooth and nail to get gun control. So you really, really have to stand up for your rights because people are going to take them. And I know there's a lot of people that are all they come off as a little weird with their whole fighting for their quote unquote rights and freedoms and whatnot. But those people, you're gonna want to. You'd be better off siding with those people than siding with the people that want to get rid of them. Because if you side with the people that want to get rid of them, you're gonna lose them. And the government wants to, on both sides. I mean, they do it for different reasons, and they want to get rid of different things. The left is usually big on the gun control and the getting rid of free speech. The right is generally big on the whole anti-terror laws, those kind of things. So yeah, that's the video for today. The point being, obviously, do not ever give an inch. And not only that, we should be having. I mean, even in the U.S., there's a lot of things they don't have. They should have even a less gun control than they have. Free speech should be, at least for citizens, should be a little looser. All that kind of stuff. So, if you like the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.